Hello! I just discovered gravity! Now I need laws.
Hello, disciples. I'm Sir Isaac Newton. My second law of motion states that the acceleration of an object, as produced by a net force, is directly proportional to the magnitude of the net force, in the same direction of the net force, and inversely proportional to the mass of the object. If you look around, you will see some contraptions to prove my law. To do that, you will need to know the following vocab. Force, strength or energy as attributed to a physical action or movement. Acceleration, increase in the rate or speed of something.
This gluten-free test showcases Newton's second law. When activated, I will press this button. This minecart will shoot off with a force of 150 newtons and this one with 50. As you can see, the minecart with the greater force also had a greater acceleration and went further.
This test may not be as gluten-free as the last, but it'll have to do. When I press this button, it'll activate some TNT that will launch me with a force of 50 newtons. This one will activate TNT with 100 newtons of force. Both accelerated me upwards, but the one with more TNT had a greater force.
Hello again. My third law of motion states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Around here you will find some examples to prove my third law of motion, but just like last time, you'll need to know some vocabulary. Action-reaction pair. A pair of forces. Balanced force. Two forces acting on an object and equal in size. Unbalanced force. Two forces acting on each other, which are not equal and opposite.
This machine will launch two villagers into each other. Before they move, they will have a
balanced force
with a net force equal to 0. While they're moving, they'll have an
unbalanced force
with a net force not equal to 0. This TNT block has a net force of 0. It is a balanced force. Once I press this button, it will move and have a net force different from 0. It will be an
unbalanced force.
The action could be the force of the slime block acting on the TNT, or the reaction could be the force of the TNT acting on the slime block. But let's just press the button. That was an
unbalanced force. Hello again, disciples.
This is my first law. My first law states that an object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless acted upon by another force. Now go and explore my first law.
This minecart here is currently at rest. The net force on this cart is 0n. It is still. The minecart with the chest, when launched forward, acted upon the empty minecart. When they collided, the 12.378 newtons of force from the minecart with the chest set the net force of the empty minecart off balance, causing the empty minecart to move forward. This shows inertia. But what is inertia?
Inertia is a property of matter by which it continues in its existing state or motion in a straight line, unless its state is acted upon by another outside force.
Now we are in space to show inertia. When Mr. Pink pushes this button, the slime block will be pushed and will launch him into space. Since space has microgravity, Mr. Pink should travel in a uniform line, virtually forever. Proceed.